What is up, YouTube? It's Josh. This is the Den of Nerds. Guys, this video literally broke my heart to sit down and do, but I have to do it. This is, of course, about the early and negative reviews for Marvel's Netflix series, Iron Fist. Iron Fist is the next in the Netflix Marvel catalog, I guess you could call it, and it's really supposed to get us ready for Defenders, which is, of course, going to be their Avengers-like gathering of Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist, and possibly the Punisher as well. So, early reviews are out, and they are almost unanimously negative, which actually really surprised me. I want to read just the beginning of this article that is on the Hollywood Reporter. It literally starts by saying, after the success of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, and Luke Cage, Marvel and Netflix have their first big misstep. That's nothing I wanted to hear, but it's reality. It literally goes on to say, after 3 straight creative successes, 3 above-average character introductions, the partnership between Marvel and Netflix was due for a dud. Now, it kind of goes on to talk about various issues with the show itself, one of them being that there's no real clear-cut bad guy, and this kind of causes there to be a lot of pressure on Finn Jones and his whole performance, which they say just kind of doesn't play out really well in the beginning of the show. Now, of course, it's only 6 episodes in, and I'll be honest with you, there are some instances within the Netflix Marvel universe that took some time to really develop. Like, I would say Daredevil Season 2, although I really liked it, the first 5 episodes, I was really shaky on it and not really all that crazy about it. Now, also, Luke Cage, I'm actually not a huge fan of Luke Cage. I really didn't think it was as tight or as narratively strong as some of the other shows. I would have to say that the first season of Daredevil is an absolute masterpiece. Jessica Jones blew me away and is an absolute masterpiece. Then I'd put Daredevil Season 2, then I'd put Luke Cage. But they're kind of saying, at least critics around the web, are kind of suggesting that this is a big misstep, man, that this is just not doing it when it comes to hype building and everything like that for the Netflix series. And man, it's really kind of put a damper on my excitement for the show. Of course, I'm obviously going to check it out, but I was super hype on this. I mean, this is when Marvel's actually, spending some money on this series as opposed to the other ones. They had some new kind of camera stuff going on. I mean, Iron Fist itself. Look, Danny Rand is an awesome character. He is the Batman of the Defenders. He's got the money. He's got the insight and power and everything. So there was a lot to be excited for. They're kind of saying that it's just blah. That essentially you've got 6 episodes of pretty blah. And, man, it's not good, guys. Now, the big problem here, at least from what I'm reading online, is that it doesn't really follow an archetype. Like, there's a lot of archetypes kind of missing from the show. The most important and glaring being like a big bad villain. Like, obviously, the Punisher, incredible villain for Daredevil Season 2, did really well playing off of Matt. Obviously, Wilson Fisk, incredible villain. I would honestly say that Cottonmouth was a better villain than Luke Cage's brother ended up being. But then Kilgrave, of course, is literally like that character of the Purple Man in Jessica Jones is like my favorite iteration of a villain ever on any kind of live action screen. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if there's no clear cut villain, then yeah, that's a big problem. I will say that as a small caveat, it is very possible that what this show is trying to accomplish is so different from what the other shows are trying to accomplish that it really takes a long time to get its footing. But I really just don't understand why they wouldn't release maybe 7 episodes then, or maybe like a 3 through 8 or something to really kind of blow away the critics. I mean, they released this stuff, and I'm assuming here that this was with the intention to build buzz, and it just really has not worked. Of course, what's really disconcerting is that this show is supposed to directly spin off into the Defenders. So Danny is the one guy that's actually supposed to know, like, what the hell's going on. Like, this overarching evil or badness or problem that the Defenders are going to have to gather to fight. Danny is supposed to have insight into that. He's supposed to be a leg up intellectually, as far as what's going on, than these other characters. So it is so weird that this show, which, you know, if it's the Defenders, they had to do something, right? They had to change the tone. They had to adjust the tone to be more Avengers-like, because that's the thing, getting the whole gang together, right? But what they had was working so well from a tone perspective that I think one of the big shocking things that people are talking about is how different this show is from the other ones. So I gotta be honest, I'm not really sure what to think. I'm gonna give it a fair shot. Is it disconcerting? Absolutely. And here's the thing, guys. Like, if a lot of this is subjective. Like, I know people that I really respect in the community that did not like Jessica Jones, and I'm like, what? That's crazy. And I know people that said that Luke Cage is the best of all the Netflix series, and I just don't see it. So it's subjective, right? And I'll give Iron Fist an honest shot. If I think that it is crap, I'm going to have to label it as crap. I mean, this would be a huge misstep for Marvel, as they're setting all of these other things up for them to, like, bomb right before Defenders. Bad idea. Saving Grace could potentially be the secret Punisher series that they are filming, that is going to come out later this year too. That will probably be amazing and save everything that's been going on. But this show was really supposed to be the catalyst for Defenders. It's supposed to be the hype builder. So, yeah, I gotta say I'm disappointed with what I am hearing, and I want to know what you guys think. What do you think about this going on? Do you really think that Iron Fist is gonna stink? Do you think it's a dud? Do you think that it's possible that it's such a departure from what we're used to with the Netflix series that could be factoring in? And do you think that the success of these other Netflix series is actually hurting the Iron Fist show? Please let me know in the comment section answers to those questions and much, much more. Always willing to talk to you guys about this sort of stuff. That's what it's about, okay? But just wanted to bring this news to you because it broke my heart, man. That's good, huh? As always, I hope you're having an awesome and nerdy day. See ya!